All right, so there's our wreath attachment, our little gingerbread right there. He's going to be holding a sign in the middle. We're going to be using the Unique in a Creek oval board right here. And this is how I think I'll be attaching the sign. I was going to make a bow, but we'll see if we'll fit a bow in there because this is a lot of stuff in here. So I love this mess. It's polyjute with the red, what do you call this, foil running through it. So always perfect for the rustic kind of look for this, what we're going here for this gingerbread attachment. Okay, so enough talking. Let's get on with this. I thought about doing ruffles, but I always do ruffles on my oval board, and now I want to be different. Again, thank you all for joining. This is Elizabeth from Crafty Liz Creations. If you have any questions, just go ahead and ask me or comment down below and I'll be happy to answer. Okay, so what I think I'm going to be doing are 8-inch, 8-inch poofs for this, for row 1 and for row 2. I'm going to start, so you see this board, it has 20 holes going all around. See that? 20 on the second one and 20 on the third one. So what I think I'm gonna be doing here is I'm gonna be adding my zip tie. I think I'm gonna start up here because that's where the head is gonna go, and it'll cover up the mechanics, as they say. So I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna do 8-inch poofs on every single set of holes. So this one, this one, this one, this one, and we'll see how that looks. So, but I don't have an 8-inch measuring thing on hand here, and so, but I'll just use the board, which is right here. So from here, from the gray area up to the gray area is 8 inches. I think I'll be using that to measure. So, because I don't have an 8-inch measure. How big is the measure buddy? Let's see. Is this 8 inches? Let's see. Oh yeah, this is the measure buddy. Again, from uniqueandacreek.com, and this is 8 inches. So let's use this one instead. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and preload the board open because we are doing poofs. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I believe, I'm gonna start at the top, which is up here where the hanging holes are. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna ruffle, go about an inch down, and I'm gonna pleat that, make it all poofy. This is important. You have your poof all ready to go right there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, what am I gonna do? Should I add pipe cleaner here? So we are gonna come back and use this one for a poof as well. What if maybe I add in, because I don't want to add 3. Where's my pipe cleaners? What if maybe I use, here, I'll clip this. Hold on again. Just learning here. So I'm just going to use a pipe cleaner. So we'll come back. I'll show you when we get there. So we'll start with a pipe cleaner. I'm going to end up taking that off and using a zip tie when we get there. This is the top. So I'm just going to anchor that in there really tight so it won't come off. And now here comes the measure body. So we just measure from here to here, and then we scrunch, pinch, scrunch, pinch, scrunch. And there's our 8-inch poof. And this one will be going on the zip tie right here. Just not worry about poofing these yet, because we are going to come back and poof them out. Again, measure body. A huge, huge impact in the wreathing world. I love it. Okay. And then another poof. You see where I'm going with this now? Let's make poofs. We're getting to the part where we started. So where there's a pipe, I added the pipe cleaner. Remember that right there? Do you see that? So I'm gonna add a zip tie in there now. Take that off because I want it to be even more anchored in there. So let's add the zip tie first before taking off the pipe cleaner. Can it fit? Yep. You can do it. I've seen this kind of method being done on the 14-inch wireframe, and I've always wanted to try it. The bubble method. Oh, did I? I think I did one already for Easter. I did make one. And so I always wanted to try that with a Christmas wreath. But this certainly is looking kind of fun. Oh, hold on. You see how that mesh is just staying put right there? It's a good thing. That's a good thing. It didn't come off because it's just staying. Okay, and now we can add our zip tie and close it off. And voila, we have our poufs in there using these holes. And now we're going on the next one. And I'm thinking I'm gonna be doing this towards the board. The first row towards the board is where I'll be adding my zip tie this time. Put this over here. Okay, so we'll start right here. We'll add our pipe cleaner in there again, and you'll see why. Okay. So for this, I'm just gonna take this and anchor it flat, no poof, just flat, because that'll be where our poof's gonna end. Okay, just like that. And then we go all the way around. So I'll add a zip tie as I go in every hole going this way, every hole. Are you seeing that? Okay. So this is where I anchored it. So my first poof will be this one. And then all the way around like that. 20 poofs. Oh, oh, oh. Mesh. Okay. So, no, this way. I'm gonna go this way. So you're not gonna see this, but I did explain how I'm gonna be attaching. So right here, see the hole? So I'm just gonna put the zip tie right there and make a 8-inch poof. Put it right in there. Okay. So an 8-inch poof. Get out our measure buddy. Measure it at 8 inches and pinch and pleat. Make sure your poof is poofy. And then we anchor it. So what you can do as well here is, I've seen this done on YouTube. To make things go faster, you can measure out your mesh right here, like that, and pinch and pleat and add a clip. Do that. And then your poofs will be ready. Just to put them into your zip tie. See that? Do a few at a time. I've seen this done before on the wireframes. And then add our clip, just like that. Then, since all these are ready, what what you can just do is add your zip tie, right? What hole out to outside to the board, just like that, and then add your clip mess in there. Isn't that cool? It'll be faster like that, I think, rather than you going just measuring out and put it in, measuring out. All these are ready for you already, so it's fun. So the clips are off, and now you can zip tie it. Zip tie your mess where you clipped it, just like that. And add another one on the next hole, and add. You can leave your clip in there and take it off once you're anchored your mess onto the board, and then it won't come apart. So this one, and then the pipe cleaner. So I do have enough. So make sure when you go and do your poofs this way, like this, you measure them just precisely, or go 7 inches, and they'll still look good. This is 7 inches here that I'm using now. I cheated. 7. You see, some of these are a little taller, like this one here. This one. Some of these are a little higher than the rest, so I don't think I measured right. But it works. Look at that. And I'm just gonna pin that because we did add our pipe cleaner in there at the beginning. Now we're gonna take that off and add our zip tie. And then let's anchor them in there, both of them. Okay, we go. There we go. Now I'm just gonna anchor that in there together with the transition mesh. Just like that. we're now gonna go around and cut off our zip ties because we'll be coming around with our ribbon, adding our attachments. I don't think we'll need a bowl. Okay, so let's open up the poofs a little bit. See how we like it. Next time when I make this, I'm gonna have all my measurements just right, clipped and everything right there, ready to go. What we did with the last row here. But it makes the frame, the base look a little bit wider, which is what I wanted because the attachments are a little big, and it'll sit. It'll sit perfect. There we go. So there's our base. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and attach. Actually, let's add the ribbon. I forgot about the ribbon. Use the ribbon. So these ribbon are cut at 14 inches. I'll be adding them this way, one on top of the other. 2.5 inch, 1.5. Find the middle. And what I'm gonna do is, I think I'll start right here with my ribbon. Right here, yeah. And I'm gonna go every other, all the way around. So these are the hanging holes. I'm going down, adding it right there. Actually, this way. Oh no, this way. Okay, don't matter, I guess. Where's the top again? So right here is where I'll be adding another zip tie. And add my ribbon, 5.5, and just pinch and pleat. And add it in there. Guys, seeing this okay? Hopefully you see that. So where I pinched it is where I'm anchoring the ribbon in there. What I sometimes do is lift these up to see if they're middle. Yep, that's good. And then zip it up. And then here's where I'm going to spread them out. Just like that. Okay, so let's skip this one and go on to the next one. Oh, what's going on? Okay. Skip this one and go on to this one. So the ribbon, the outside ribbon is in there. Enough chattering. Look at that. So we'll mess with the ribbon later. And now we're going in the ribbon, the inside, adding ribbon one. What did I do? Every other one each. I think. So this is the top, right? We started with the ribbon here. So now I'm gonna start with the ribbon right here. So there's no ribbon in this area, so I'm gonna start one there. All ready? Just see that this is the middle part. This is where the hanging hole goes, and that's the hole that we'll be using. The really bottom one, the middle area there for my 2.5 inch ribbon. I think I'm gonna add in there. So 5.5 and add it in there. Okay, so there we go. Just added our ribbon like so. Just like that. And we'll be going every other with our ribbon, alternating the ribbon. Right, so skip, and we'll add a ribbon here. So, but now for this, because because I transitioned right here and we can't find a hole right here. That's why I added the ribbon in here and here. But for the next one, which is here, I'm gonna add the ribbon, add a zip tie right in there, and add the ribbon. Because this one is in the way, as you can see. This right here, where we transitioned, that's why I added the ribbon in there. So skip, and we go to the next one. I love gingerbreads for Christmas. Like a lot of people love Santas. I love gingerbread. Last year I decorated my home gingerbread colors. Not the candy theme, but kind of rustic. And then this year I'm gonna add more. So I'm going to cut off the zip ties, which is nice of them. So I'm just going to straighten these out a little bit, and then we're going to add our attachments. And I'm not going to worry about separating the tails, because I'm probably going to mess them up again. So, but this is all I'm going to do with them. So, but probably before the pictures. Right. Okay. Whoa. That looks good. So we'll check to see where the back hanging holes are. They're right here. There. And so let's add our attachments. What I do for my attachments is I never use the wires that come with it. Like for this one right here, I can't take it off, you see, because you're gonna have to make sure these are bendable. There's wire inside this hand, this arm, whatever, and I'm just gonna leave that in there. I could cut it off up here, but it'll be too messy, and I don't want to do that. And so what I did, I just bent it over around the arm and added a pipe cleaner. I like pipe cleaners better than these kind of wires because they're too bulky. They don't sit right on the board, in the back of the board. And so that's what I did with that, with the legs as well. That's what I did, the same thing. And as for the head, I took off there were 3 wires coming out, right? This kind. I took them off and added 2 pipe cleaners with some glue on it, so the material won't break. And so that's what I did. Okay, so let's add the head. So I think I said this at the top. Yeah, we'll add the head up here. Because the sign will go in the middle, so I'm gonna add the pipe cleaners here and here. These ones. Okie dokie. Let's do this. So one of this pipe cleaner is going through the hole and the other one is going over the board. So I think I'm going to add the sign right in there, right under its chin. So if I did add it there, let me see. I think these are the holes I'll be using. This and this. So the top, 1, 2, 3, 4th hole down. Top, 1, 2, 3, 4th hole down is where I'll attach the sign. Okay. So again, through one hole and over the board. Okay, there we go. But then it looked like its elbows are up like that. Oh, I'll just put it there. I'll just put it there, in there. this one right here. I'll turn it around once I attach the legs where I added it. Thanks, Margaret. They're so nice. Thank you. I don't know that it needs a bow, but I don't think it does. What do y'all think? It's like it's coming out of the wreath and holding the sign telling you to Merry Christmas. Trying to be dramatic. Probably can see that. Peekabooing through the wreath, coming out of the wreath and saying to you, Merry Christmas. Just jumping through the oval board. So there's our attachments. I'll clean this up once I hang it up to see if I like all the positioning of the attachments. And I'll clean all this up after. And there we go. That's all the attachments. Here's the head, the sign, the sign, the hands, and the legs. Just like that. I know bow because it's so you can see the mess still. See that? I like that, and I don't want to cover it up really. It's kind of iffy about the ribbons in the middle, but now that you see why I added the ribbons is because they're covering up some of the mechanics that you probably don't want to see here. Okay. So that's all I got for today. Hope you enjoyed that. You guys have a great week ahead of you.